What's up, Las Vegas fans? I'm Jamie.
I'm Ashley.
And this is Vegas Valuations. We break down our experiences at hotels, shows, experiences in general. What else? Restaurants. We talk about it all, and we give everything a Vegas valuation out of 10. Today, we're talking about one of our favorite experiences in Las Vegas, something we do almost every time we go down there. Mm-hmm. We love it. It gets us slightly tucked away from the strip, chance to enjoy some food, chance to enjoy some delicious drinks, chance to swing a few clubs. We're talking about TopGolf. So as mentioned, we are talking about TopGolf on today's edition of Vegas Valuations, and there's a few reasons why we wanted to talk about this one as an experience. A, we love it. We've done it several times. B, one of the people that we follow on Twitter, Vegas Vice, he recently put out TopGolf at MGM Grand. Low-key fun spot, especially with a group of people. And you know what, Vegas Vice? We tend to agree. I actually sent him a photo of us enjoying TopGolf. Secondly, there is a new experience that is very similar to TopGolf that has already opened or will very, very soon be opening. It is at the Strat, and it is called Atomic Golf. And we have not checked this one out yet. Again, I don't even know if it's officially opened, but all of a sudden I'm seeing their stuff on social media a ton. I started following them on Instagram, and I really do want to check this out, even though I'm not really a fan of the Strat's location. Yeah. It's out there. But nonetheless, I think it's worth a shot to give it a go. But in the meantime...
no pun intended.
No pun intended. We'll talk a little bit about TopGolf. So if you're new to the channel, we give all of these experiences, these resorts, these restaurants, these shows, a breakdown in terms of criteria. And when we're talking about experiences, our criteria are enjoyment, duration, vibes, and then we'll give you today's price. We log onto the website. We tell you exactly what you could pay. Now, before we get too deep down that rabbit hole, you found deals several times for TopGolf just by looking around.
Yep.
So we'll talk more about that at that point. But let's get into it. Our enjoyment level over at TopGolf, tucked away behind MGM. Fair warning, it's a bit of a walk to get there. Because if you've ever been to MGM Grand, walking from the front entrance that's facing the strip, through the casino, through that concourse where you're going to have Brad Garrett's comedy club and the TV thing. What's that called?
The TV thing?
It's like the TV studio thing.
Oh, is it like was it CBS?
Yeah. And
CBC?
You want to know how much we've done in Vegas? We actually did that. We actually sat in that room and rated a TV show.
It was really fun.
It was really terrible. And somehow, despite our reviews of the TV show, because we both came out, you're not allowed to talk to each other. You're with a group of people. They give you some headphones, and you're watching the entire show, and you're supposed to rate as it pops up on the computer screen.
Yeah.
And you can't talk. So we come out of there, and we're like, well, that was different. What'd you think of the show? Terrible. Yeah, I thought it was brutal. We both hated it. A couple of weeks later, debuting now on CBS. I forget. I'll throw it up there. Yeah. I think we'll have to. Yeah. It lasted, I think, 2 episodes. I'm like, man, did these idiots not listen? They wasted an hour and a half of my life. Anyway, when you walk through all of that stuff, then you got to walk down toward the pool, and then you got to come around the pool and through a parking lot, and then eventually you're there. Maybe there's an easier way to get there, but it is a walk.
Yeah, it's not that bad, though.
It's a walk.
It's a walk, but it's not that bad.
Yes. I just want people to know that if they're thinking, oh, it's an MGM Grand, it's not. It's tucked behind MGM Grand. And they call MGM Grand for a reason. It's grand.
Yeah.
It's big, so it will be a bit of a jaunt. Aside from that, I'm not taking anything away from the experience we have at TopGolf at all.
Again, we still go every single time.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we really enjoy it. Well, I guess that sort of speaks for itself then. Our enjoyment level over at TopGolf.
A 10?
A 10.
Yeah, we like it.
We really enjoy it.
Yeah.
For anybody who's never been, maybe it's important we sort of set the stage here. You're going to walk up, and if they're not busy, you're going to have your option in terms of what floor you would like to golf on. Obviously, the higher the better, because you get this kind of cool vibe if you're a little higher up, but they have several bays on each of these floors. And a bay is basically a semi-sofa.
Yeah, you get like a sectional.
Yeah. You got a TV to watch the people shoot. You got the actual, area where you shoot the golf balls into the great abyss.
Yeah.
You've got your own kind of coffee table area. Mm-hmm. And you've got whether it's heated or cooled. So if it's a really hot day, you've got your own cooling there, and you've got your own heating if it's a little chillier of a day.
Yep. And
you have your own personal waitress. Well, they're serving other sections, but that person looks after you in your entire bay.
Yeah. And you got your golf clubs.
Yeah.
And you get to choose all your games that you want to play, because it's not just hitting a ball. You can play like Angry Birds.
Totally.
There's tons of different games you can play. And so you don't have to be a golfer to do this either. I'm not a golfer. Like I enjoy it, but I am no good. I'm
going to roll right now, and my son's going to kill me because he's not a golfer either, and you're about to see why. But even he has a good time.
Yes, it's fun.
Both of our kids, we enjoyed it. We've done it by ourselves. We've done it with groups. We brought our kids. That brings us then to duration. And the nice thing about TopGolf, and I think this is another reason why I really enjoy it, you get to pick.
Yeah.
So obviously, the longer you plan on staying in one of these bays, the more you're going to pay. I think the rock bottom price is 1 hour.
Yes.
I don't think there's anything below 1 hour. So you're going to have to stay for at least 1 hour. We typically get 90 minutes because we typically like to get some food, to get some drinks, play a few games. But if you want anywhere from an hour to 3 hours, your price is going to vary. But the cool thing about it is you get to pick.
Yeah. And it's nice too, because when your time's running up, they will ask you if you want more time.
Yeah.
So it's not like you have to, like if you pick 90 minutes, you're stuck and you got to leave. You can add more. So
yeah, if you're enjoying your time, you can definitely stick around. And that's unlike, I think, any other experience in Vegas. Mm-hmm. Whether it's the escape rooms that we've done, or going up to the top of the Eiffel Tower, or riding on rides, the New York roller coaster, and those rides over at the Strat, whatever. You don't really get to pick the duration, how long this is going to be. This is one of the few times where, if you're one of those people that like to plan, I know exactly how long this is going to be. We're going to kill 90 minutes here, and then we're going to be off to the next thing. Or if you're really enjoying your time, you can just extend. Obviously, the more you extend, the longer you stay, the more you pay. Yeah. But I still think the price is pretty fair. So in terms of duration, it's tough to really rate this one.
But I would say 10, because you get to pick.
Yeah. And again, we both can get a little fidgety and at times be a little bored. Mm-hmm. So anything beyond 90 minutes, you're losing sort of our attention. I've never once felt like, okay, let's get out of here. I'm ready to go.
But at 90 minutes, I definitely am like, okay, I'm ready for something new.
Exactly. But to me, the 90 minutes is a great time. And if you're a newbie to TopGolf, try the 90 minutes first. Yeah. But get some food, get some drinks. Don't feel like you need to rush through the games and give yourself blisters on your hands because you're crushing golf balls. Enjoy the 90 minutes. Mm-hmm. Stop for a second. No one's sitting there making sure you're golfing. You can pay for 90 minutes and not swing a club. No one cares. Yeah. All right. So out of 10, the duration?
I guess a 10.
10?
Yeah.
10 out of 10. That's 2 10s for TopGolf so far. Up next, the vibes. And in this one, it's kind of weird because you could throw in all sorts of different elements here that you typically don't throw into when we're talking about attractions or experiences like food and drink.
Yeah. Well, and I wanted to bring up too, so if you've never been to TopGolf, you do have to pay a membership fee of $5. That's a lifetime membership fee. Yeah. You never have to pay it again. But they have a pool that you can use. Yeah. So you can go there and use this pool as a member. They've got, they even have a lounge type area.
They do. Yeah.
That you don't even have to go and sit at a bay. So you can sit there and order food and drinks there. And they've got TVs. There's it's just the whole atmosphere there is just fun, and
it's I have to say they are very cool vibes when you go in there. Yeah. Even the area where you're waiting for your bay, if you're doing a walk-in and they're sorry we don't have anything available right now, you can order drinks in. You got gigantic TVs to watch the game, as you've referenced the pool, which if you have that membership, you don't have to pay for it. You can just, you want to take a dip, go nuts.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on at Topgolf that I don't think people are totally aware of. No. And yeah, that's a great point as it pertains to the vibes. I think one of the other things that I really like about the vibes over at Topgolf is the food.
It's so good.
I have to tell you, I was not holding my breath for some fantastic food at Topgolf, but holy cow.
And we usually get like the Appies.
Yeah.
And we get like a few different ones, and oh yeah, they are so good.
One of the things that I really, really like is the Pink Whitney lemonade. That is a big win as far as I am concerned. I love Pink Whitney and love lemonade, so it's delicious. Great drink. If you enjoy both of those things combined, check that out. But you're right, the buffalo chicken dip, fantastic. They have this thing called the golf bag. The one waitress, though, she kind of looked at me like, who else is drinking it? Do you remember that? Like,
yeah, and she said there was only one size.
Yeah, she was like, "Are you sure you want the?" Yeah, look at me. I want the golf bag, and it gives you a souvenir cup or something. I don't know.
Yeah, the golf bag is a souvenir cup, so it looks like a golf bag, and I think there's like a light on it. It is kind of cool.
It's fine. It's cute or whatever. Yeah. But like I do have to say, the food is surprisingly good.
It is.
The drinks are surprisingly good. And yes, you're going to be paying Vegas prices. Like, there is no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
But it's really not that bad, though.
No, but it is. It's more than we would pay here. I think that's something that people need to realize. Yeah. You are going to be paying more for food and drink in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
You are.
Yeah.
You're welcome to a vacation. If you're going to a popular place where there are a lot of people, you better believe you're going to be paying more for some of the things that you would get if you were not leaving your home. Mm-hmm. So, but no, in terms of, you're right, I don't want to come too hard on Topgolf. I don't think it's out of line whatsoever with anything else we've ever paid for in terms of food and drink. And there are certainly some places we've been to where, like, you're charging how much for drinks?
Yeah.
I don't do that at Topgolf.
No.
But it is certainly a little bit more expensive than some of the other places that you could go and experience if you weren't on vacation. What else in terms of vibes? Like, there's a lot going on in terms of vibes here because there's just a lot going on at Topgolf, but that kind of gives you a general idea. Here's one thing that we haven't done, and I really, really want to do it one day, and that's do it at night, because that whole place is really lit up. I've seen the photos. It is harder to get in at night. So keep that in mind. If you want to do the night experience at Topgolf, actually the prices go up, and it's a little harder to get into. And so that's still on our list, but we've been there, five, 6 times.
Yeah.
We liked it so much that we were the idiots that bought the souvenir photo.
And I still like that.
It's a nice photo. Comes in a nice frame. I'll be honest with you. Of all the souvenir photos we've got, and we have a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of souvenir photos. This is probably the nicer one.
Yeah.
We should actually show the wall of souvenir photos and how cheesy we are. What do you give the vibes out of 10?
Like a 9.
9?
9.5.
9.5. Really?
What?
You really like it that much? 9.5?
I really like it there.
Man, you're about to give this place a perfect score. You've never given anything a perfect score. You literally are about to give this place a perfect score. So far, you're giving it 10, 10, and 9.5.
I have nothing bad to say about it.
Okay, 9.5. I'm not going to argue with you. I just want to make sure that you're aware that you've doled out a 10, and now a 9.5. So this is about as close to a perfect score as you can possibly get. The one thing that may hurt it is the price. And we're going to tell you what today's prices are. It is, I find, a little pricey as an experience, though. I think that's something that we have to be honest about.
See, and I don't think so.
Okay, well, we'll let the listeners decide, the viewers, from a radio person, so I still have the tough time translating to video. But I'm looking at today's prices. And if you were to get a bay, floors 1 and 2, and we've talked about there is a price difference. Floors 1 and 2, you would pay $57 an hour per bay. If you were there from opening to 12 p.m., you would pay $74 per bay from 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. and $74 per bay from 3 p.m. to close. That's floors 1 and 2. And I mentioned there is a sliding scale, so there's a little bit more complexity here than your average ticket prices. Floors 3 and 4, higher up, cooler experience, higher price. So again, During daytime hours, you're going to pay $67 for floors 3 and 4 on opening to noon. For 12 to 3, you're going to be paying $84, and 3 p.m. to close, again, higher price, because again, it is into the evening hours, you're paying $84 an hour per bay. So let's just say rock bottom prices. You're paying $57 an hour. That
Okay,
is, let me finish my point. That does not include the food or the drinks. Or if you've never been there before, the $5 membership fee per person.
Right. But the $57, it doesn't matter if you have 10 people there.
That's true. That is true. But there is a cap on. I don't think it's up to 10.
Well, yes, but you know what I'm saying.
Yes, I do. Yeah. So, and that's worth mentioning as well, is that that's for the entire bay. So if you're just doing it for 2 people, that's pricey as far as I'm concerned. It is.
See, and I don't think so.
Okay, well, I guess we'll have to agree to disagree in this case.
I guess so.
But if you're doing it for, let's say, 6 people, $57, their rock bottom price, is not terrible. So we may disagree here. We've been pretty much even Steven in some of our assessments of our experiences. Very rarely do we disagree. But we have to factor today's price into our overall Vegas valuation. We might have to have, for the first time, 2 screens, because I think we're going to have 2 different scores here. Out of 10, what is your Vegas valuation as a whole for TopGolf?
9.5.
9.5 out of 10. I am going to give it an 8.
What?
I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. I have nothing negative to say about TopGolf except for the fact that when we go, it's about $150. That's
okay. So let me ask you: in a 2-hour span, if you were sitting in a casino, how much money could you lose?
how much money could I win? I don't disagree. It is a cool experience. It is something to do. But I really do believe that if you're only going with 2 people, it is a pretty pricey thing to do in the middle of the day. That's just day prices. If you wanted to do in the evening, you're looking at probably it would cost $200 for
All
the
right.
2 of us.
Well, I guess we'll have to agree to disagree.
Okay, holy, this is it. This is the final show. Thanks for tuning in. You can tell she's upset about this one. I don't disagree. Everything else up until this point, I just feel like it is a little pricey because when you're adding on the food and drinks, there's a lot more. And it's probably worth noting here, because I have referenced it a few times, you don't have to get food and drink.
Right.
You don't have to. If you just want to do the golf, then you're going to keep it cheaper. But there you go. 9.5. I'm giving it an 8. I've heard her feelings. I didn't realize she owned shares in TopGolf, so I learned something new every day. There it is. There's today's edition of Vegas Valuations. Either way.
But we forgot.
What?
We forgot something.
What did we forget?
You can get pretty awesome deals.
Oh, right. Okay.
So, the last couple of times I get their emails, like everything, and they've had a couple of really awesome promotions where if you buy a gift card, you get, I think like the last time I bought $100 gift card and I got $50.
Yeah, we're going in April, and you bought that's the deal you got, right?
Yeah, $100 gift card and I got $50. So we have $150.
Which will cover our daytime rate to go.
Right.
And
For
food and drink.
$100.
Yeah. Okay. You're right. And that should be referenced. That should be included in this conversation. And that's why we do this. We give you the what you're going to pay if you just looked at the website or walked in off the street. Because there are people out there who don't want to do the work. They just want to go in and pay whatever that rate is. But you're pretty good at finding deals. I do some scouring too. And and I think that was just an email that they sent, right?
Yeah, it was for Valentine's Day.
So another reason why it's kind of decent to become a member, that $5, whatever, you're now on the mailing list. And if you enjoy Vegas, you go there often, and you think you're going to enjoy TopGolf, watch in your email inbox for some potential savings. I have seen it, I think, I don't want to speak out of turn, but I think I've seen it once or twice on Groupon. Very rarely.
Oh, okay.
Very rarely.
Well, and they do that promotion quite a bit because we got something very similar at Christmas time.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Okay. So that does help in terms of the price point. I'm not changing mine though.
All right. Well, again,
Wow.
we'll just have to agree to disagree.
We agree to disagree until we end today's show, where she's going to really lay into me. That's today's edition of Vegas Valuations. Thanks for tuning in. I think it's expensive.
I don't. I thought we've talked about this too.